Tot u spreekt nu Bob Schut, die in Ghana geweest is en daar zich heeft bezig gehouden met slangenbeten. Ik ben benieuwd naar jouw verhaal en ik vraag me af of wij er ook iets mee kunnen op de Dwingelerveld, waar slangen ropen. Het woord is aan Bob.
Good day to everyone listening at home. My name is Bob Schut, and I did a research into snakebites. To start my presentation, I went to Ghana for my research, and I will be doing my presentation in English for everyone listening in Ghana to understand. I first wanted to show this picture. This is a picture I took in Ghana, and you see a typical Ghanaian farmer family. All the men and women who don't have to take care of the children are out working on the farms. They represent 45% of the Ghanaian society, and it's a rather poor fraction of the society. They often don't even have enough money to buy proper clothing or shoes, as you can see in the picture. However, shoes and clothing is the best protective equipment available for these people for arguably the most dangerous animal in the country, the snake. About 6% of the people in Ghana are bitten by a snake at least once in their lifetime. And not every time you get bitten by a snake, venom is involved. When you get bitten by a snake without venom injection, we call that a snake bite in this research, or short SB. When venom is injected during a snake bite, we call the snake bite envenoming, SBE in short. Symptoms vary widely. When there's no venom injected, it can only be local swelling, but when venom is injected, it can be swelling of an entire leg or arm, leading to compartment syndrome, necrosis, and venom can also lead to more systemic symptoms like bleeding anywhere in the body or paralysis, and even leading to death. About 94,000 deaths occur annually worldwide due to snake bites, and 300,000 people live to tell the tale. But what we don't know is those 300,000 people each year, with what long-term disability do they have to cope after the snake bite? So what we aim to do is we set up a research to look into the long-term effects due to snakebite and snakebite envenoming in Ghana. We created a cross-sectional research in which I went to Ghana, and I went to outreaches to 4 different villages on the savannah of Ghana. I was guided by 2 medical workers from the Agogo Presbyterian Hospital, and we visited, in a course of 7 weeks, we visited 4 villages. In the picture below, you can see the setting in which we interviewed the patients. And we used the Buffels and Wodas questionnaire to assess disability. The Buffels is the Buruli Ulcer Functional Limitation Score, and it was developed by the same research group as in this research was done. It was not yet validated for snake bites, but we used it anyway because Buruli ulcer showed the same symptoms as we expected snake bites to be showing. And it was specially created to interview Ghanaian farmers in the sub-Saharan Africa, so the questions were highly applicable. We also used the WODAS questionnaire. It's from the World Health Organization, and it's a disability assessment schedule. It's validated for all sorts of cases and also worldwide applicable, as in the questions are formulated in that way that it's used for anyone and anywhere in the world. Both questionnaires use the scoring system from 0, that's no disability, to 100, and when the score increases, the disability becomes graver. In total, we included 54 people, of which 20 in control group, that's people who were never bitten by a snake, and 33 people who were bitten by a snake. Everyone who is bitten by a snake was included in the bitten by snake group. This group can be further segmented in the SB group, the snakebite group, which is people who have been bitten by a snake but did not show any symptoms of envenoming. And we have also the snakebite envenoming group, consisting of 9 people who were bitten by a snake and showed symptoms of envenoming at the time of the bite. So what did we do? First, we looked how many people do show disability. So we looked at how many people who had a score higher than 0, and we found in a control group, that's people not bitten by snake, about 15 to 25% of the people showed some form of disability. But the people bitten by snake showed a significantly higher grade of disability, any form. 53 in the Buffels questionnaire and 56% in the Wodas questionnaire. And this can be further divided using this into snakebite envenoming group and snakebite group. So we did that too, and you can see that people who did not show any signs of envenoming had a lower grade of disability than the people with signs of envenoming. About 80% of the people who were bitten by a snake and venom was involved showed disability. The next thing what we wanted to do is look at the level of disability. How grave is the disability that's present? So we looked at the median scores of all different groups. Firstly, the control group, we saw that the level of disability was quite low, both in Buffels and Wodas questionnaire. And the bitten by snake group, it was higher. You saw that not only it was more disability, but it was also a higher level of disability. And when you divide that further to snakebite and snakebite envenoming, you can see that in the Buffels group there was not a real big difference. But in the Wodas group, you clearly saw that in the snakebite group, a median score of 9, and snakebite envenoming group, a score of 18, almost doubling the score, which means that the level of disability is much graver in that group. The last thing we wanted to know is in which domains, which activities are affected by snake bites. That's possible because the Wodas questionnaire was segmented in 6 different sections for different domains. The disability was mostly present in mobility, life activities, and in participation, and was not present in the domains of cognition, self-care, and getting along. So concluding, what do we know now from this research? Disability is more frequently present in people who were bitten by a snake compared to control groups. And it's also not only more frequently present, but also graver in people bitten by snake. And further, if we look into signs of envenoming, people where venom was injected, we see the most severe disability. This calls for more action. This calls for better treatment. Anti-venom, which is not available in countries where snake bites are frequent, it's not sufficient. The last thing, the affected domains, we see mobility, life activities, and participation that are points to be focusing on in long-term follow-up. Future perspective, this research was cut short due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We were restricted in our inclusion rate, and also the statistical power was affected. A colleague of mine in Ghana is continuing my research, and I hope he gets real good conclusions out of it. What we aim to be doing is a better understanding of this neglected tropical disease. We want to improve the treatment of snakebite because of the global crisis on anti-venom, and we want eventually lower the burden of, I can say, an enormous worldwide problem. Thank you very much. That was my presentation.